Welcome back to my podcast featuring Parker.
Yeah,
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
This ain't gonna work out already. This episode is already going to hell.
Oh no!
You know what I'm saying? Anyways,
I'm just kidding, y'all.
It's okay, but it's good to have you back, Rhi.
Thank you for having me.
Now, last time we were here, you were with a group of girls.
Yes, I was.
And now, we've talked. You really wanted your own solo one, so
well, you brought it up, and I was absolutely down for it. I was like, yes, sure.
Yes, and for good reason too. I feel like you had a lot of things that we did not cover on the last podcast. So I thought that we just get into it. Yeah. Now, first off, I want to let people know who you are once again for the people that didn't catch the last episode.
Right. Hi guys, I'm Rhi, and I line dance with Parker and everyone over at Cahoots. I don't know what else there is to say.
Shout out to Cahoots, by the way.
Which we're going straight there after this, of course.
I mean, always. I think almost every podcast, I went straight to Cahoots. Yeah. Whether I had work in the next few hours or whatnot, I just went to Cahoots. I mean, I'm wearing a hoodie right now.
You said you worked a 12-hour shift today on 3 hours of sleep, and you're still going to Cahoots after this. That's
and we saw
dedication.
A podcast. Yes. The grind is real. And you know what? Shout out to me.
Shout out to Parker.
For me being me.
Let's just give him a big hand.
We done a lot. And shout out to Justin too. He cannot be here right now. Yeah. He has some things to do. Important things going on, But all love to Justin. But let's just get right into it. So you've already introduced yourself. You let people know your line dance and all that.
Of course.
I gotta get a quick question before we really get into it. Okay. What's your favorite line dance to do so far?
I feel like every time I learn a new one, that one becomes my new favorite. Mm-hmm. But Fabulous, for sure, is the top of my list right now.
That little head
twist it's the hair flip for me. I mean, we all know that's what I do during Fabulous, and I kill it. I love Fabulous, so I can add the sass into it. But I just learned Infectious. I really like that one.
Infectious is good.
And then Fake ID is the very first line dance that I learned, and because I'm a Footloose fanatic, so I had to learn Footloose. Fake ID. So Fake ID is always going to be in like my top 3 or 5 always, because it's just special to me. But those are my top ones right now. Oh, and Going Out Like That. Oh, man, I learned that one this week, too.
Oh, yeah. No one be on the dance floor when that happens. The best ones are when you know it and no one else knows it.
Yeah, because there was like 4 people on the dance floor doing that one last night, and it was the best.
Yeah.
Because you get all that space. It was awesome.
While I'm doing it, I take a little side eye, and I look at the chicks and say, hey, you like that, don't you?
Oh, my gosh.
You like that little shuffle? Yes. I'm tripping.
Just throw a wink at them, Parker.
Nah, that's not enough. That's not enough. Not enough.
Oh my god.
But but like, here's the thing. Like, whenever I'm doing my little move, my little spin, whenever I do it, man, and the girls peep it, that's how I know it's just like, gotcha, bitch. You know what I'm saying? And every time, man. Now, whether they dabble in the dark or not, that's up to them. But it doesn't change the fact that I catch their eye, But now my favorite
must be nice.
Yeah. Now my favorite dance that I like to do is with Justin. Is Chill Factor.
Oh yeah, I learned that one recently this week.
The reason it's one of my top favorites is he's the one that jumps over me because he has way more hops.
Yeah.
Than me, but I just like that right now. Fake ID has always been one of my favorites, of course.
For sure.
And what else do I like? Going Out Like That. I mean, it's one of the new ones, but I like it a lot. Now, let's are you ready?
Get right into it.
All right. Now we have a few topics that we're going to just cover up and down. Whether it takes an hour or 30 minutes, who knows? But
we will see. I've got my notes ready.
Yes. Now I have a few questions for you and whatnot, but I'm gonna get to the simple ones first, right?
Okay.
Now, most of these are relationship based, obviously. I mean, this is a podcast, but what do you think are the consequences? Okay, first off, have you dated a guy that showed red flags clearly, but you ignored them?
Yep.
Okay, you and every other girl out here.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you're not the first, but they seem to just get the most girls out here, but they show clear red flags. Like
I don't know. Maybe it's part of that we think we can either fix them or we just choose to look at their good qualities and ignore all of these obvious bad qualities that are really standing out. At least in my personal experience with my ex, my family was telling me all of these reasons why he is not good. And they were clearly pointing out to me how...
Your family was saying it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They were clearly pointing out to me how badly I was being treated, and I would justify it with like, oh, but you guys never see the sweet side of him and blah, 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 blah. And I was just so blind. And now after we broke up, I so clearly see what they were telling me all along. It's like, oh my gosh, like he would do this and I was completely blind to it, and I would make excuses for him that I shouldn't have. So, yes.
What's one red flag that makes you just like immediately like call it off, like a deal breaker?
I think one of my main issues in my past relationship was the fact that he didn't care about me at all. I would be upset and he just would blow me off, or he would drive off and not come back for days, or just ignore me when I would try to tell him what upset me or what was bothering me. I guess no real
connection was like really there, I guess, except me physically.
Yeah, I mean, he just quite obviously showed that he did not care about me in any way, and so now that is absolutely not something I'm going to put up with in the future. When I find someone to date, if they don't care about me, then bye. Like you have to care about the person you're in a relationship with. I feel like that's super important.
Well, I mean, I hope so. It's a relationship.
You would hope so, but I put up with it for so long, and he didn't. And I just tried everything I could to get him to show me that he cared about me, and he never did. And that's really what ruined us in the end.
You mentioned like something about how the guy just was emotionally there, basically. Yeah. At that point, can you really call it like a relationship? I mean, am I like...
I was mothering him at that point because we had lived together, and so I was making the meals, and I was cleaning, and I was doing the laundry, and he came home from work and played video games, and then went to bed.
Well, I mean, that sounds like the life,
and then repeat.
But unfortunately, I mean, if you can't return the favor, I mean, playing the video games and just doing that isn't going to last very long. Now, is it?
No. It didn't last.
Well, I mean, obviously, but I mean,
it didn't work out.
What I'm getting at here is, I know, aside from that relationship, people have these things called love language, and like I guess a communication style, because obviously communication is one of the most important parts.
That's another thing that my ex and I did not have, and
it can sometimes make or break a relationship.
Yeah, you have to have communication. It will not work if you can't communicate about something that bothers you or something that upsets you or anything in general, and you can't communicate with your partner, then how are they expected to read your mind, and how are you going to get what you want?
Oh, man. I mean, obviously, girls think that men should read their minds and whatnot, but if that's the case, then what does that say about communication? Which one do you want? Do you want us to read your mind, or do you want us to actually communicate with you? Both?
I think... Well, I was really good about telling him what bothered me and whatever, but it got to the point where I felt like I wasn't allowed to tell him about anything that bothered me because I just was so afraid that he would just leave me. And that was a big problem.
Okay, so that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
If you feel like you can't go to that person, especially like if it's just like your significant other, I think there's something that needs to be talked about.
I just always feared that he, like, when things got hard, he left. Like, it was a very off and on relationship for 7 years throughout high school. And anytime things would get difficult, he just bolted. And then he would come back later when he was bored or lonely or horny or whatever it was.
Well, it's probably someone else in the picture.
Well, his ex-girlfriend, he was going back and forth between us for, like, all of high school. But I was so afraid of starting an argument or even just telling him about something that upset me because I knew it would lead to an argument and then he would just break up with me or something like that. So I was walking on eggshells the whole time, and that's not healthy.
Well, you don't want to do that. You want it to be a place of rest, a safe space. You want it to be a place where you could run to if the world was just completely just trash. You would want to go to him and just be at peace.
I want a guy.
You didn't feel that, did you?
No, I want a guy who I feel like I can talk to him like, hey, you did this and it kind of upset me, and I want to be able to talk about it like adults and not have to worry about him breaking up with me because I told him about something that upset me, because people get upset.
Of course. I feel that a lot. And, some people have different communication styles, but are in a relationship together. And I think what people usually do, or I think this is how it should be done, is that maybe sometimes, let's say, for example, me and you, right? If we were in a relationship, I like to handle things right then and there, while you may want to kind of like wait a little bit, cool off a little bit.
Right. My ex was
you
that
have
way.
you just kind of like have to understand each other.
Yeah. Well, I don't have a problem with a guy going and cooling off. But my main issue with my ex was he would go and drive off in the middle. Like, he would just blow me off and drive away, wouldn't even listen to me, and would leave me waiting up for him 4 days. We lived together for days. And I would text him like, hey, when are you coming home? He would not text me back. I was waiting up for him. Like, give me the courtesy of telling me that you're okay, that you're safe wherever you went, which is his brother-in-law's, and let me know when you plan on coming back. At least do me that courtesy. But I was waiting up 4 days and he would not message or call me back. And that's toxic. It's inconsiderate.
Toxic relationships. I like that title. That might be it. Who knows?
Oh, I have a lot of experience, so yeah.
Poor girl. Poor girl.
Stupid.
Oh wait, my bad. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. All right. My bad. Wrong button.
Very nice.
Wrong button. Thank you. Now, what do you think are the consequences of ignoring red flags? Like a relationship.
I mean,
Now, I mean, I can speak on this. I think everybody can speak on this, really. I mean, I think we've all experienced someone that had, obviously, we're all not perfect, so everyone has a little red flag about them. The question is, how big is it? You know what I mean?
You get hurt bad.
Is it bigger than a Chinese New Year parade? Or, because there's like a bunch of red flags. Mm-hmm. No?
Yes.
Man, forget y'all, man.
Oh, my God.
Forget y'all, bro.
Where's that button where it's like,
man. Okay.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But the reason I say that is me, Justin. I think everyone has had the experience of where they're just so so-called in love, and they really like that person, and they'll do anything to be with that person.
Love is blinding.
It is, and you'll ignore the signs, what they were doing. You'll even forgive them for cheating, God forbid, right? And you'll even forgive them for even putting their hands on you, all types of crazy stuff, because simply you're just, love is blind, literally. And
women especially, I feel like we will justify terrible things and because we love them, and we will just ignore them blindly. Like, I have a great example. So with my ex, he used to say to me, and I don't remember the exact wording, but he would say things like, oh, I think all the time about going and finding someone new or someone better, but something just brings me back to you. The way he worded that made it seem like all romantic, but in reality, it's, oh, I'm settling for you. And it made me, like, at the time, I was so grateful. I was like, oh my gosh, like, that is the most romantic thing anyone has ever said. No. You're settling for me. I'm your safe choice. Mm-hmm. You just told me that you always think about going and finding someone else. Like, you have made it very clear I am not your first choice. That is a big thing for me. I don't want to be the backup choice. I'm so tired of being the safety option. I want to be someone's first choice. That is what I'm looking for in my next relationship.
Yeah, of course. You want to be someone's last girlfriend. You don't want to be just next. You want to be last.
I don't want to be the person someone settles for because they can't find someone better.
Yeah.
I know my worth. I know how great I am.
Yeah.
I am worthy of being a first choice, and it's not my fault if a guy can't see that. If he thinks that I'm someone he would settle for, then I don't want him, because I know that I am worthy of being a first choice, not the backup choice.
As a wise man always said, love is like a fart. If you have to force it, it's probably crap. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, man. Now, you mentioned how he fed you like a fairy tale, in a sense. Why do you think guys do that? I know the answer. I just want to know. I just want to hear you.
To get the girl that they want and to get them locked in a sense. And then
before they locked in?
I don't know. You know what I mean. I don't know how to describe it.
When we feed girls a fairy tale, it's usually short term, in a sense, right? Now, long term,
to get what you want
to get what you want, to get that thing.
Pound
right?
Town. To get what you want.
Yeah.
And then bolt.
Yeah. What's another word for Pound Town? We were talking about this.
Humpville.
Humpville.
Smash City.
Smash City.
We were talking about this in the car. I'm looking back for a
City.
revolver.
Smash City.
Smash City.
Yeah. Now, the reason why guys feed girls a fairy tale is that most of the time, the truth seems to be frowned upon, especially when you're trying to get a girl. Like when you're trying to pick up the girl and whatnot, you can't be honest where you can't just walk and be like, hey, I want to fuck. Because what you going to do? Bye. You know what I mean?
I mean, at least you're honest, though. At least you
now,
flat out tell them, I'm not looking for anything.
So for a guy, if he's acting really nice and whatnot, some girls are even watching for that. Some girls can tell whether a guy is being nice and he's fronting, he's putting on a front, or he's being nice and it's like actually genuine. You know what I'm saying? Now, whenever a guy does these things and he gets what he wants, he's probably going to text it's going to be small text. Mm-hmm. And I think I think men don't really immediately cut a girl off. It's gradual. It's very gradual. Because it's hard for us to really let that girl go like that, whether it's short term or long term. We kind of just like lead you on, and then when you kind of figure it out, then we just all right. Mm-hmm. But for a girl, no, it's quick.
Well,
you're quick. What?
Nothing.
But I mean, it's crazy. Girls still fall for it. I don't think if guys ever really get approached a lot, because if the guys do get approached, it's usually for a relationship, because that's what girls want is a relationship. It's very rare for a girl to just simply want to go Pound Town and to be done with it. I think if you are a girl and you're walking up to a guy and say, "Hey, I want to fuck," I think you are officially cooked. And
you're just labeled as a slut if you do that.
Yeah.
Girls can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah, you can't do that. Only guys can do that. But even then, I'm not condoning it. But if they wanted to, they can mentally do that. But a girl, it's at a cost, because a girl having sex with a guy, there has to be an emotional bond for that girl. You can't just have no emotion, sexual.
I don't know. I feel like it's possible to do it with.
You don't think? Let's say, I don't know your body count, but like every guy that you probably had sex with, you probably felt attached to him.
No.
Really?
No. Very few of them, actually.
Dang.
Yes.
I never thought.
Like half of them, and in my body count, I'll flat out say
no.
It's not a lot.
Okay.
It's not a lot.
I was like, don't do that to yourself, man.
Half of them was like one night stand type things, and I was
and
absolutely
young, right?
appalled after. It was not good.
You were appalled? How do you think we feel post-nut clarity, ladies and gentlemen?
Oh no.
It's a real thing.
We have that too.
It's a real thing, man. You know what I be doing afterwards? I be driving in the car. I was like, shit.
Why did I do that?
What am I doing?
It's the regret after for me.
Mm-hmm. That comes with just like watching, Cornhub and all those things. Yeah, corn. Yeah. But it's a really messed up world out here. I can't.
Now there's a lot of that sneaky link culture, a lot more than ever before. And
hookup culture is crazy now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not natural for us to just go from pretty much door to door to get a release. Like, that's not how we were made. We were made to emotionally bond with a person and just build that relationship. And I think that's how it's designed. It's supposed to be like that. And when you go against that, it comes at a cost. It comes at a cost, whether it be mentally,
eventually, emotionally,
it comes eventually, it catches up to you. Even for a guy.
Yep.
It's hard.
We were talking about that the other day.
Yeah, for a girl and a guy, I think the more bodies that you have, or the more times you have that short-term sexual experience, I think it hurts you in the long term when you want to be with someone in the long run, because like that emotional attachment is like, bro, you can't bond with this person. You done gave a part of yourself to all these people, and now you got nothing left to give to this one guy that's really worth something. So that's why when I realized that, I made sure I tried to stay reserved as much as possible. So, that's going well right now, if I keep
Good
dancing,
for you.
if I keep dancing the way I'm dancing, you know, I'm gonna have to
side eyeing the girls over here.
I might have to play some defense. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. But
oh dear God.
Yeah. But you forgot we were speaking about earlier.
Love
but,
languages, and we totally went past it.
No. Well, we.
Yeah, we didn't.
Well, no, we didn't talk about love. We talked about communication.
Yeah,
not love. Okay, so what is your love language?
Well, I feel like for me, at least, it's different. What I prefer to receive and what I give is different. Like, I gift give. That is how I show my love, not only to relationships, but to my friends and family. Like, you can even ask Haley. Like, I just buy my friends things, or I will pay for. Like, the only way I know to show a person that I care about them, that I love them, is just like buying them things and gift giving and just thinking about them and what they might need, that's just how I show my love. But when it comes to how I want to be shown that I am loved, I think words of affirmation and probably physical touch.
Okay.
Like even just a hug from behind or something like that. Little things like that. And then words of affirmation probably has something to do with the fact that I never got that in my past relationships, and I need that confirmation. Like to ease my mind when it comes to overthinking.
So you like to be reassured?
Yes, the reassurance is big for me.
Okay,
because all of us girls, we overthink at some way.
In some way, no, yes,
yeah, and me definitely. Like I am very guilty of it. So just those words of affirmation, that's all I need. Even just little things, and just be patient. Like, we all do it.
So when you say gift giving, would you say like gift giving? Would you say you got like money like that? You know what I'm saying?
No.
Or is it just like small things?
No, but I would go broke for someone I love. Like, even if I had nothing, I would go into debt for someone if they needed me. But like, if I have the funds and I have a friend who is lacking and they need something, then I want to help them. You know, like if a friend is low on funds and they don't have gas money, or they need something from the store that's like super important, then I'll be like, oh my gosh, I got you. Like, I want to help you out. Like, this is how I show that I love someone.
You know, you're a really good, caring person. And I think one day it might be your downfall. But hey, it's all good. One thing that I really wanted to ask you, okay, I think we talked, you on the last podcast you were in, we were talking about like men and girls, like one over the other, whatnot. Do you know what the word leverage means?
Yeah.
What does it mean in terms of relationship?
I don't know, sort of like power over another.
Okay, yes, you are exactly right. So when we say power over the other, I get sometimes you got to word it in a sense, because girls pay attention to like how something is said versus what's actually said, because they're very like emotional creatures, right?
Yeah.
Now, when I say leverage in relationships, if one had leverage over the other, okay, let's say if a man had leverage over the woman, do you think it works out better, or you think the woman should have more leverage than the man in a relationship?
Shouldn't it be equal though?
It's never equal.
I feel like it should be, though.
It should be, but is it?
Okay, like in certain cases, one can have leverage over another, and in other cases, the other one will have leverage over the other. And that's a good balance.
Well, I mean, of course, one person may know something about this more than the other person, of course. But I meant like just in a relationship, in a general sense, I mean, when it starts, I mean, who's the one really taking that lead? You know what I mean? Like, who's the one?
Guy, I think.
And do you think that when someone is the leader in a relationship, does that require some sort of authority?
I don't ever want a boyfriend to feel like he is in charge of me. Because, like, we're all like our own person. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, for example, if I ever have a future boyfriend who told me I couldn't line dance, bye. Sorry. Like, no, you are not going to take away because I have friends who have had boyfriends who told them they couldn't go and do that because of the guys at the bar or whatever. Okay, well, then you need to trust your girlfriend. Like, don't trust the boys, that's fine, but you have to have trust in your partner.
Well, I think for the guys, I think that they trust their girl, but they just don't trust other men. And I see all the time at a bar. But in your case, line dancing is one of the most important things.
That's a deal breaker for me. If you told me I couldn't line dance, bye. Hit the road. Yeah,
you need to date. It ain't gonna happen. You might as well date someone that's line dancing.
Date someone who doesn't line dance.
Or, hopefully you get a guy that can adjust or walk with you in that path. Maybe you'll teach them a thing or two.
Yeah, but it's also like I hang out with my girls when I'm there. Like you have nothing to, and I can defend myself. My dad taught me, so I don't worry about me.
You got a gun?
No. I mean,
you're cooked. You're cooked. Let me tell you something. All right, don't even get me started about the physicality. You need something. Pepper spray, something. All right, that kung fu. Kung fu. Nah.
I do have pepper spray and a taser, so if needed.
So, like, what kind of fighting style do you do? Like, you fight, or you just talk about like you just like got something?
I mean, my dad taught me a little bit of boxing when I was young, but that was a long time ago. But he taught me like if I'm ever in a situation, here's what you do. But I have pepper spray and I have a taser, and we're off point.
Good. Whew, shit.
No, I have that in my car. We're good to go.
All right, good, because I ain't got nothing, man.
We got off topic.
Yeah, but it's okay. Now,
but no, like I don't want a boyfriend who feels like he tells me what to do all the time. And I wouldn't do that to him. Like, I would have a conversation like, are you uncomfortable with this? Like, how do you feel about this? But
that's good. That's good. Get his input on things.
Yeah.
Like, don't feel like
tell me if something makes you uncomfortable or whatever.
Let him know that like, hey, like, you do have a say so in this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. And like, let's talk about it and let's compromise.
Yeah.
But do not feel like you have the right to tell me what to do all the time, because it's not going to work.
Okay, well that's cool. I mean, I agree with that. All right, good. You made up for it. All right, good. Because I did not like how that.
That's what
going.
I meant.
Now, when it comes to being like controlling, is obviously a no. Yeah. I think that's what you're getting at. You don't want someone that's controlling. Nope. I think a man that's so-called territorial is somewhat of a good thing.
Yeah, no, that's I think that's cute when a guy's like protective and jealous in a way. But also, like, don't make it to the point where you can't let me do the things that I love to do because you are so, whatever the term is, about
and do
that.
It with her. You know what I'm saying? If it bothers you that much, yeah.
Come with me then and be my bodyguard if you have such an issue with it.
Learn something new. I mean, that's what relationships are all about.
I would make time to go and do the things that he loves to do even if I didn't like it. Like with my ex, I went hunting and fishing with him, and those aren't necessarily hobbies that I would choose to do in my free time. But I went because
the fact that you're there is.
I want to take part, and I want to see what he likes to do, and like learn about him, and make time for his hobbies. And I would want that reciprocated onto me. I would want my boyfriend to make time to see and learn what I love to do. Like,
okay, all right, that's good. That's good. Yeah, you're not asking for much.
I don't think so.
You're not asking for like a million. You're not asking for $1 million there. You know what I mean? No. Okay. Speaking of millionaire, just a quick question. How much does a guy need to make in order for you to take him seriously?
I don't really care. I don't even think about what a guy does. I mean, as long as he has like a full-time job and he isn't just like, if he is my age, which is 22, and bumming off of his parents still and doesn't pay for anything of his own, then I'd be a little concerned. Like,
I think
pay to support yourself, whatever it is. I don't care what it is that you do, but support yourself. Like, show me that you're reliable when it comes to if we were to get married and have a family in the future. I want to know that you are capable of being self-sufficient. I don't care what it is that you do to do that, but I want to.
Unless you stole drugs, in that case, be careful.
Yeah, maybe don't do that.
Maybe, yeah, or rob a bank.
Other than being a criminal. I'm not picky about what your career is.
Yes.
Just like he shouldn't be picky about what my career is if it's not something that is.
As long as you're not selling yourself.
Like he shouldn't really care that I'm going to be an elementary teacher. Like that shouldn't bother. Like it doesn't matter what your career is as long as you are self-sufficient.
Okay.
You support yourself.
Yeah. What do you want in a man?
What do I look for in a guy?
Yes.
Taller than me, which shouldn't be hard because I'm 5'2".
Oh, okay. All right, good. Girls be your height but be wanting the NBA player. I was like, huh?
I feel like it's just a given that we want someone loyal. which is kind of hard to come by nowadays. It's a little harder than it was before, but someone that I would never have to worry, like, is he talking to other girls? Is he sending stuff to other girls? And I just want to be able to trust and not even have to think about checking his phone, because I would know for a fact that he's loyal. I don't ever want to question that. I want a guy, yeah. And then someone who respects me, and that kind of goes off of the whole authority thing. Like, it doesn't feel like he gets to tell me what to do all the time and he gets to control me. Like, understands that I'm an independent person and I can make my decisions, but we still are going to, like, do it together.
So let me ask you this then. If you were going to the bar one night, right? If just one night, like, he usually lets you go and stuff like that, right? But one night he just telling you, like, hey, like, I don't think you should go tonight or whatnot.
But what's the reason?
If it was legitimate, what? Like, I guess he just had, you know what? He just
wants me to stay in with him that night.
He was just like, I just got a bad feeling. Just like, don't go. You know what I'm saying?
I'd first offer, be like, okay, how about you come with me if you have a bad feeling, and then if he really doesn't want me to, then I'd probably compromise if it's one night. If it's all the time, I'm gonna be like,
okay, I get that. If he's usually like letting you go, blah blah blah, I was like, all right, have fun. But it's just that.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, everyone needs a break for a night eventually.
I know I do, man. Yeah. I'm freaking getting cooked at work. 3 hours of sleep in my butt.
I don't know how you're gonna do it tonight, but
I know I'm screwed.
Yeah, but no, I'm understanding about that. And if he had a genuine reasons, like, hey, I want to do like a date night or a movie night tonight, I'd be like, heck yeah. That's super sweet. Yeah, I think
a guy can definitely, you know, help out with that. Like, don't just be like, hey, I want you to stay in. It's like, okay. Like, don't be like, kind of like, be like, hey, like, we could do a movie night. We can go out and do something else.
It's like, okay, well, what are we gonna do instead?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but don't just like say like, just because like, well, I don't want you to go. I just decided I don't want you to go. Well, that's not really a reason. If you gave me a reason, if you had a bad feeling, or if you wanted to do something else, like a movie night, if you give me a reason, I'm probably going to be understanding about it.
But hey,
if it's not all the time, we're breaking up. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm not giving up line dancing. Like permanently, or like even cutting my line dancing in half for anyone. Sorry.
What if it's not just line dancing? What if it was just doing something else? Like maybe a girls' night or something?
If he didn't want me to have a girls' night? Well, like, he has to think about it. If he wouldn't want me to tell him, I don't want you to have a boys' night, then he needs to think about it, put himself in my shoes. Okay, like, if you wouldn't want that done to you, then don't do it to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, he has to think about it that way. If he wants to tell me that I can't have a girls' night, then he really needs to think about, well, I wouldn't want her telling me I couldn't have a boys' night. So that, I feel like, just being able to see yourself in the other person's position is very important. Like, treat someone the way you want to be treated, essentially.
Okay. All right. I like these answers. All right. You came prepared. Now, I just got a few more for you. But we're talking about your ex or your last relationship. It really seems that it really, like, you know, you went through a lot. You know, some things that will not be disclosed on this camera or on recording, but you've been through it. You've gone through it, right?
I went through quite a lot in my past, yes.
You're definitely not the only girl that I've talked to that has went through these similar experiences. Some of them are worse. Some of them are...
What, you mean like with the hospital?
Hospital, boyfriend issues, just
not
all
just
types of crazy stuff.
wise.
Yeah. Everything. And for you, the fact that you're still here, making it this far, I mean, it's just amazing. So I give you props to that. You know, I think you should definitely, you know, keep on going. There's definitely a reason out there that you should live and all that good stuff, you know. But
yeah, I'm on with what I went through, which you know.
Yeah.
I should not be alive right now. So I'm very grateful that I am.
Yeah. So I mean, you know,
I'm not taking it for granted. Like, I got a second chance.
Yeah. I mean, you're living. Yeah, you're doing good. You're living, making it through.
I'm enjoying my life again, which I did not think was possible for a very long time.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm definitely glad about that. You know, I'm definitely glad I get to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? McFlurries, all that good stuff.
McFlurries.
Yes, we need another one.
Honest to God.
Yeah, we need another one. But what I was getting to was in that relationship, looking back at it now in this moment in time, what are some lessons you could take away from that? Just going towards your next one and hopefully your last relationship.
I learned my worth. That's the main thing. I learned how, my eyes were opened and I really learned how badly I was treated and how much more I deserve than that. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I learned that I am not someone you settle for. I am a first choice, and I know my worth now, and I know what kind of person I am, and I'm not going to settle for someone who doesn't view me as a first choice because I think I'm great. And it took me a long time to think that about myself. I thought the lowest of myself, and I think we all have at some point. And I have finally gotten to a place where I know how cool I am, in my opinion. And I've learned to love myself again. I've learned that I'm going to choose someone who loves me unconditionally and never, ever thinks about finding someone else. Never second guesses that. Cares about me, respects me, will communicate with me and not blow me off. Like, oh my God, I could write a book. I mean, I was showing you, you
really could write a book. Just
when
a little
I'm
novel. Yeah.
In my notes, when I feel a certain way, I just put it all in my notes. I just write it out because I've been writing my whole life. So I just write it out, and that's how I get my feelings out. Yeah. And I still have some of my notes on my phone from when I was going through that breakup, and I was just clear, it was becoming all so clear in my mind, and I was just venting and really going through it, but I was coming to so many, what's the term?
What?
I don't want to say clarifications, kind of, I was really, my mind was just, my eyes were open for sure.
So you got clarity?
Clarity, yes. Clarity.
I
was close.
Yeah. No, well,
got a lot of clarity.
I could definitely relate to that for sure. Now, me personally, I say this to myself. I don't think I've been in a real relationship. I think it's been one night, 1 week,
hookups.
Hookups. Basically, I think it's just been just those.
We've all been there.
But I do know the feeling of just being in love in a sense. I mean, I remember third grade. It's one of the best feelings ever. Now, obviously, my crush didn't let me back. But
oh, no.
Yeah. But, it happens to the best of us. Comeback season is still coming.
Here we go.
Almost, over a decade later. But
it's happening. It's coming.
I think, in that state, you lose a lot of logic. You lose thinking clearly. And you really act on your heart and stuff. And you just pray and hope that it just goes well, because if it doesn't, then you're probably telling yourself, well, I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life.
Well, I really tried to make that relationship work. I tried to force it to work.
It's you think no one's for you except her.
Yeah, you cannot force something to work if it just isn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Who do you think loves harder, men or women?
Women.
Why you say that?
Because I looked at how hard I loved someone who absolutely did not deserve it. And it almost killed me. And he walked away just fine.
Okay. Now, notice that you put your own experience into it, which I understand.
Yeah.
That you can only relate to
yourself. But I've also, I've seen friends and other women, and I've watched how, it's like women who've been abused, they continue to love the person who abuses them. And it kind of blinds them because they justify it, and they love them so hard that they will justify these awful things.
And usually if a guy was to get treated that same way, I think he will leave a lot quicker.
He has the self-respect to walk away.
Yeah.
And maybe
most of them do. Nowadays, it seems, I think most men are scared to walk away, because whether if it's just I may never be, I may never get a girl again or whatnot. But I think most guys are now coming to that sense now to be hey, you need to walk away, because if a girl's disrespecting you, if she's embarrassing you, all these things, the only power you have left is to walk away. Yeah. And if you don't walk away, then you just you're a
Doesn't
loser.
end well.
Yeah, man, you're a bitch, man. You're a bitch. But I think when you put it that way, that's a new answer. I don't think I've thought about it that way. I mean, I'm a man. I'm not a woman.
Yeah.
But yeah, it makes sense. I mean, girl could be getting beat to a pulp, still be like, I love you. I said, oh my gosh.
It's like, oh, but it's just because I set him off, or
yeah.
Like it's my
police
fault.
Police be here and everything. Police be trying to hold the police back while
it's
he's
like,
just
no,
there.
it's really my fault. No.
Yeah, that's crazy. I see it in movies, and not even that's acting, but you can see it in real life too. Many times, girls go broke for a guy. I know 3 girls right now that are going broke for a guy right now. I was like, dang, can I get some money?
I paid for everything when my ex and I went out.
No, like it's crazy. Like girls are paying for these guys' trucks. Girls are paying for these guys' clothes, hats, and everything, and then they are treating them like guards. I'm looking at them like, bro, like can I? Like I'm a good guy. Like, can I get some money?
Yeah, can I get some?
Can I get some clothes? Like,
yeah, it's like, wait. Yeah, no, I would pay with my ex. I paid every time we went out. I paid every time. That
just gives me the.
But then again, that kind of goes with the whole gift giving love language. That's how I show my love. It's like, oh, I got it. Like,
yeah, you tried to let's see, Raisin Canes one time.
The card God, thing. Raisin Canes.
Yeah, you just threw your card in my face.
I was like,
I almost threw it out the window.
You did.
I was like,
and then I was shocked after. I was like, there are decent guys out there who will pay.
Of course they are. Y'all just not going for them, mother. Okay, but
I've never. That's never happened to me. So I was like,
really? Someone never paid for your food?
No, yes, but like, I mean,
someone never kind of like.
I guess not never, but like, I'm so not used to it.
Okay. Well.
I mean, obviously, like my dad will pay for me and all that, so I'm not going to say no one.
So someone that is not your immediate family member, let alone a friend.
I feel like on a first date, guys are pretty good about paying, but like I said, in that relationship specifically, I paid like every time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll make it clear right now. I mean, I'm not paying for everything. I think girls are.
No, I feel like it should be equal.
Well, in that sense, when it comes to buying things, of course. I mean, I think girls can take. I mean, we're in a society now where girls can very well live on their own and stuff like that.
As I'm about to. In January.
Yeah. Yes, you're moving. You're moving.
I'm very excited.
Yes, you're moving to Lebanon.
That's something I'm very proud of. Is that I pay for everything I own. I paid for, or I bought, or is in my name.
You went through the whole thing, the whole process.
I don't ever want to be in debt to someone, or ever be in a position where someone could hold something over my head. Like if something was not in my name, then someone could basically threaten to take it away from me because it's not mine. I don't ever want to be put in that position. So very early on, I got everything in my name, everything I own, all my furniture I paid for. I can't do it. I will not do it. I don't ever want to have something held against me or be in debt to a person because that stresses me out. I don't want to
be in debt, period. Student loans.
I like the fact that I can rely on myself because you never know when someone is going to leave your life and that'll put you in a bad position. When I lived with my ex and we broke up very abruptly, I was put in a bad position and I had to find a new place to live and I had to pack all the stuff and move all the furniture. It was up to me.
It's funny you say that too, because it kind of sounds like you were living around in the 50s, right? But whenever I say that, let's go back to a time where women couldn't work or provide or be self-sufficient to themselves, right?
I would hate that.
Now, to some degree, it benefits women in a good way, but also they can abuse that power because with power comes responsibility. And most modern women nowadays are not really responsible with the privileges that they have. So whenever they are self-reliant, they then turn it around and say, oh, I'm independent. Well, independent of what exactly? What do you think they're independent of when they say that?
I don't know.
Man, they're independent when they say,
not me personally.
I'm independent. I don't need no man. I was like,
okay. I like being independent. But one day, yes, I would like a reliable man who I can lean on. and then we can split the finances.
Take it from me. I personally don't think in the society that we live in now, especially with the American economy and all the crazy inflation and stuff, I think you're going to need some help to succeed. It takes a miracle for you to really make it on your own.
Yeah.
Me and Justin, I could not have done all this without Justin.
Yeah.
But when it comes to a family and all this stuff, I mean, even just friends and all that, like you can like really, if you team up, y'all all come together. It's easier. With a constant goal, it makes things so much easier. And like, why would you want to do everything on your own?
I'm not saying I want to do everything on my own. Right now, it's nice, but not for the long run. Like, okay. I do want to find a guy that I can settle down with eventually. Not right now. Yeah. Eventually. And then we can get a place together and build our life together and rely on each other. But now, I don't think I've ever wanted to really be a stay-at-home. Also, I don't think, like, with how expensive things are now, I don't feel, unless he makes
if a guy
bank,
had, about to say, if he had it like
rich,
that, if he could take care of you and the family.
I'm pursuing what I love to do, and I kind of still want to do that. Even if he could support us without me having to work, I'm pursuing what I really love to do. Like, what am I going to do while doing?
Well, I mean, if he could do that, I think it just makes it an even better reason for you to pursue your passions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think
because we know teachers don't get paid shit.
I think you love him more for that if he could do that stuff.
Yeah, no, like, I will need a guy who makes enough to make a living, because teachers we don't get paid enough.
Well, of course not. Yeah,
and sadly. So I probably will once I graduate. And
I find it amazing how these OnlyFans girls can get paid bank just by a 3-second video.
Yeah.
Of them
and yet
shaking
teachers
their ass,
don't get paid anything.
We'll deal with all them students. I mean,
that's a whole other podcast.
We have a friend that works at daycare. She don't get paid worth the fuck. but no,
it's true, and it's so messed up.
You know what I'm saying?
It's messed up.
I mean, I can't imagine. Grilled cheeses. After a hard day at work dealing with a bunch of kids, I'd be like, I'd be over there tweaking. But I can't do it myself. So shout out to all the daycare workers, the teachers. And all that stuff.
It's a hard thing, and it's not for everyone.
Me personally,
it's not for everyone.
I couldn't do it. I'd be getting cooked by them kids.
It's difficult too. On God, there are days where it tests your patience for sure. But that's a whole other podcast. I could go on and on about teachers not getting paid enough.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to do it because it's still what I love to do. Don't get me wrong. Like, I love kids and I love working with kids, and it really is my calling. But it just kind of sucks. It's one of the downfalls.
So let me put it like this, right? It's clear you're independent and you love to pursue. You would, you want to pursue your own things. You're your own person, just like everybody else. You're independent. You're in America, right? But I just, if a guy really had it like that, and he was able to provide for you and a family, would you let him do that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, good.
Yeah, and
you're not all the way. All right,
in
good.
Other ways, woo. I would put in my part in other ways. I have no problem doing the cooking. Honestly, I prefer it because I like my cooking. And doing the cleaning because, no offense to guys, but they're not going to do it right. I'm very neurotic about it. Organizing, love doing that. I'm a nerd about it.
You got on Haley me about knows. Laundry.
Yeah, laundry. That's another thing. I enjoy doing laundry.
But you were going crazy because I have the dryer sheets?
You don't have dryer sheets. He doesn't have dryer sheets.
It gets dry. It's still fresh.
You need dryer sheets.
That's what the washer's for.
I'm buying him dryer sheets.
You know what? No, I'm not doing this with you right now.
Okay.
But so
we had a whole argument about it yesterday. It's like, how do you not have dryer sheets?
It's dry.
Oh my God.
Get back in the kitchen. Oh, wait, no. Okay.
Okay, don't treat me like that. I will cook for you, no problem. But don't
I do dark humor. I do it in a way that's acceptable. I make it as a joke, right?
If you're joking,
obviously we're not.
Sure.
It's
if you're serious, you're about to get beat.
You're about to get cooked, literally. Now
it's like, I like to see you get in there and cook a meal. Like, let's go. What, PB&J?
Grilled cheese.
Man. Haley's over there, like,
I know. Yeah, Haley's in the background, guys. We love Haley so much. Oh man,
Shout out.
a walking meme. Sometimes I swear to goodness. You made me. I really appreciate you in my life. I really appreciate you. She gonna kill me, but
These
okay.
two are gonna kill me. On God.
This episode, man, straight to hell, man. Now, real quick, I guess, I got one more thing to ask you.
Elizabeth,
right? This is the.
Sorry, that's an inside
okay.
joke.
So this is the last question I have for you, right? But before I get into that, do you have anything else you want to say?
I've covered everything.
Really? All right. So in closing, we ask everybody the same question, whether it's gender or whatnot. Mm-hmm. What is one thing you wish men understood better about women? What would that be?
I think mainly like the whole how much we overthink and we just need reassurance. At least from my personal experience, guys are very not understanding about that. And like we overthink and it's because of past relationships. We're going to overthink and all we need is that reassurance. That's quite literally it. Just just reassure us and then eventually it'll get better and we'll overthink a lot less. But especially in the beginning, we're going to need a little bit of reassurance, most of us at least. So just be understanding about that and be like patient.
So y'all girls that have been through these things are willing to get better.
We will get better.
Okay, good. Because sometimes a girl can be like,
be patient in the beginning though.
Because, I've talked to girls where maybe a guy is trying to pursue her, a good guy, and she's just like, I'm damaged good, blah, blah. It's like, there's no fixing me, blah, blah, all that crap.
I wouldn't say there's no fixing, but I will agree with the whole, like, I don't tell guys certain things about my past because I think they will view me as damaged goods. But be patient with me and, like, I will overthink a lot less and I will open up to you a lot more. You just have to be patient. You have to be understanding.
And I get why you kind of hold things back. I mean, it goes for other girls as well because a guy, I guess you could say like a modern guy, city boy. But what guys will do if they'll look at face value without looking into themselves and then they'll be like, ooh,